Okay, we back with another episode of Check the Credits. Today we have a guest producer slash writer slash engineer. So he's produced for artists, he's mixed for artists, uh, written for artists. Some of the artists you may know, Kelly Price, Mase, Jim Jones, Jazze Pha, Big A Prada, Case, uh, John Connor, Cheese Beats, another producer, collaboration with a producer, and none other than a independent artist, Alexis Renee. We have in the building That Dude Sneed. So Sneed, what's going on? What's good, my brother? Talk to him.
Hey, Diesel, what's good with you, bro?
We in the lab. We doing what we do. You know, we chopping it up, doing how we always do. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, thank you for having me on here,
I
man.
appreciate you for allotting the time to do this. Okay. Um, so I named some of the people. You could make us I mean, if you want to name some of the records or you want to name some of the other things you did. I know you got a background. You worked in film and television as well. So let us know about some of the placements that you have for film and television.
When it comes to film and television, I got a chance, the opportunity, BT's Boomerang. That's where we placed Privacy, Alexis Renee. Another one, Clearwater, Step Up. I'm sorry, Step Up, Clearwater. That was on YouTube Red. If you haven't, go check that out. Um, Another one. I made a special guest appearance and worked with Remarkable off of WeTV Growing Up Hip Hop.
Oh, my boy got his acting debut on,
Hey
huh? Okay,
man,
okay.
it was an experience right then. I
Oh,
saw, when you see the lights and everything, the camera, I'm like, yeah, this my mom made it. My mom made it.
okay.
But
So I want to know. I want to take it back a little bit. We talking about where you at and what you done. Um, let us know about your start in terms of your inspiration and how you started getting into music. I know everybody has a story, so what's the backstory on this?
um, I mean, it's not as far as I really can remember. Music is, I'm a military. I'm really a military brat, so I've moved around a lot. So one thing I can say that moving all these places, one thing that's followed me has always been the love for music. So I would say it's just like it was always an idea. Um, I just didn't know how to. I just didn't know how to really make it. Or I didn't really understand that it could be a career. So by the time I did, first it started off with me with a DJ set. I thought in order, when you watching Rap Cities in the basement, you thinking that I'm just like, man, like yo, and Tigger, you gotta.
Hold on. You started out DJing. If you don't mind telling us, everybody has a DJ name or a rapper name. What was your DJ name, brother?
Oh,
Could you tell us that?
oh man, yeah. For a while, I went by the name of that I later down the line regret. It was a DJ Make You Feel Good.
Yo,
Later down the line, like
hey man,
when I got it, I thought I was the coolest thing in the world because it was given
hey
to me. So
man.
I'm just like, yeah,
Oh, 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 okay,
yeah,
okay. DJ make them feel good. Okay, I'm glad
yeah.
we made the
I sound
transition.
like a DJ that the DJ at the old people's home, the retirement centers.
Yeah. It's all good though. We got some. I ain't gonna relinquish mine at the moment, but we all got them. But
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. I had it was DJ make DJ make you feel good. Like those who know, you know. I didn't have too many like outstandish gigs, but like I learned. I really took the time to learn it, and throughout the process, I just didn't start off with one. The whole DJ set. It was just like, hey, I asked for one thing at a time. It was like one doc center, and then it was just the mixer, and then after the mixer, it was just like, all right, hey, I got the whole complete set. But by the time, like I got the whole complete set, I was graduated out of high school, and so um, for that, for from there, I really, to be honest, I didn't see no hope in doing music because I'm from I was in a small city, and let's be honest, music what didn't seem promising. But from there, my pop stopped me, and he introduced me to going to. He said, "Hey, don't you want to do music?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "But where can I go?" Later down the line, I discovered this school called Full Sail, and
Okay, Full Sail alumni. All my Full Sail
yeah,
people that's watching you, the alumni right there.
yeah,
That dude Sneed. Yeah, there you
yeah.
go.
Shout out to Full Sail, man. Yeah, and that was really like, okay, hey, I can actually go out here and make this dream because I had completely no knowledge of Pro Tools, Logic, or anything. Matter of fact, I didn't even really know what DAWs to use because like I said, I thought I had to have the whole DJ system to at least record myself. Um,
Oh wow.
and so when I got to Full Sail, I started in 2011. That's when I really took the dream and so many like minded people. But I graduated. I ended up graduating 2013, May 12th, May 10th to be exact. And from there, I interned way longer than I should have. Like it had to be like almost like 2 years. Um,
Oh
yeah,
damn.
wasted a lot of time, but in the sense I gained a lot of knowledge and um, man through there I just took a leap of faith, like because I ended up going back to Virginia trying to make it. Hey, I'm born in Virginia, everything. So I wanted to be like Pharrell, Timberland, and everything. So I'm like, yo, let me go back to
Some great people to be like. Some great people to want to be
nothing
like.
but the goats. Um,
Yeah.
but nothing was really there for me at the time. So and my career advisor, she kept telling me, it's like, hey, you might want to try Atlanta. You might want to try Atlanta. And one day I found myself becoming comfortable, and I just woke up and just took a leap of faith, and I just shot down to Atlanta, and from there, that's when like I really started getting experience. Um, to really to be I think it was to be exact, man. The first sign of everything. I remember I just lost, on the hustle on everything. Oh, I can't skip past this. There I met I met famous Tommy Valentino.
Hold on. We gonna slow you down. We gonna slow you down. We gonna get to
Oh yeah,
all of that. We gonna get to all that. We gonna slow. We gotta slow roll it.
you
We
gotta
gonna we
slow
gotta
it
make
down.
it
All
last. We
right.
gonna slow roll it. Yeah. So okay. So you mentioned Pharrell and Timberland. From Virginia. So that's Virginia's history. You know another one of my favorite producers. I need to get him on the show. I reached out. I'm waiting on the response. Another great who I always talk about him. I always say how underrated he is, but his style has been mimicked, copied. Some would say, I mean, he'd say they bit his style. You know what I
Mm,
mean? But Bink Dog, no,
think-
come on, one of Virginia's greatest, best producers. Him and Knots is also another great VA producer that, in my opinion, don't really get the props they deserve. Um, So coming from that and being around that had to have some type of inspiration on you. Like, how do you feel like that helped? I'm sure I know your production, I know your sound. How did that help mold your sound, or did you borrow from those guys? Did you just how did it affect you? Did it have any bearing on how you created your sound?
uh, I mean, definitely. Like when even you got to think about during the times where like man, look at Tim. Like, let's start with Tim. Like, Timbaland is he's a legend along with Missy Elliott. So when you think of like Get Your Freak On, it's like and you listen to all those. I can't really. I can't really explain it, but those sounds right then and there, those are futuristic. Those are stuff where it's just like, man, you see those would separate from um a lot of people. A lot of like even before I really knew, um, even really like knew who they were. Like for example, even going back, you mentioned Bink. Like listen to Lights Camera Action. Like I was always I was always like obsessed with that. Like I always remember like even beatboxing, like you be in the shot, you like, just all that. I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I think it was you told me. I'm just like, my gosh, like yo, that's him. And me, I had to do my due
Yeah,
diligence and do my homework, and just
you had to because that's the ooh man. Like I said, man, I ain't gonna sweat him too hard on
yeah,
here,
yeah.
man.
Oh
Pause.
man, yo,
But Bink is
they
that guy.
they're the ghosts, and you even got to think about like going to Pharrell. There's even a lot of stuff that I didn't even notice that he did, like with ODB, like you know, hey, da, da, baby.
Baby, I got your money. Don't you worry. Of
Oh,
course,
and
yeah,
you listen to those elements, and then things start to make sense. And I'm just like, oh my god, like some people can want to be average, but some people want to be great. And when you strive to be great, you have to learn from definitely have to learn from them. And Tim, Bink, Pharrell, all those people are ones you have to strike. Those are they set the bar. And if
definitely.
you want to be up that level, then hey, the bar has already been set. So you just gotta like, all right, hey, this is what make people. So they definitely have had a huge influence. What later me knowing, but even without me knowing during the earlier times. So
Got you. All right. So we're gonna take you from Virginia. Where did you go after Virginia? You went to Full Sail, I know, and that's in
yeah,
Florida. You went to Full
that's
Sail,
Orlando.
um, Orlando, right? Okay, and then how did you? What you went back to Virginia, then you came to
Uh,
the
yeah.
A. Okay, so now let's talk about the A. Let's talk about your experience in traveling from. Also, that's a question, because I'm from New Jersey. I traveled to the A. I came here, moved here, and relocated. Um, and I know in the time I came, Atlanta was like the promised land. Everybody felt like, you know what I'm saying, like move to Atlanta, your whole life going to change. Everything is going to change, especially if you're doing music. Your life going to change in a blink of an eye. How was that transition for you, the real transition, not the made up one that everybody believes in or believes that's gonna happen for you. Not the made up one, but the one everybody actually experiences when they do move.
Um, I would say the really reality it was sheesh. Just the real. I didn't really know. I was scared, bro. Like it was to really be honest. Like when I got down here, I really didn't know no one. And it was definitely different because I'm just like, okay, hey, I'm down here. Like I would say, like for a whole, I would probably say like maybe 3 months. I was just inside. I really didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to shake hands. I really didn't know. But in a sense, I have to shout out my boy Mike B. Because I interned with him when I was in Florida. I was so gone. I really didn't know even where to start. And I remember this randomly calling him, trying to fake it till I make out like, hey. But then in a sense, he kind of called me out on it. He just say, hey man, what have you done? And I'm just like, bro, I don't know. And I said I really don't know, and it really goes to show you never know who's going to help you because um, he put me in touch with a lady named Briella Alistar. And the only reason why he said, hey, you might want to start with her. Hey, remember when you was an intern? Yeah, you recorded. And the only reason why he was able to connect me with her is because I interned and she was familiar with my face, and through her I guess she just met Tommy, and it really got, so it was like like I said, it wasn't smooth, it was just like, okay, what am I doing, was this a mistake? uh I don't know, maybe this was because like I said, like when you're down here 3 months and you don't really, you're just living, you're not doing what you graduated, or you tend out to set yourself doing, you start to become a little discouraged. And I'm not from there, so you hear a lot of horror stories like, hey, don't get taken advantage, hey, don't get mixed up with the wrong crowd and everything. And that's yeah, that was a scary that was a scary time. And you already know, not to fast forward, through there, that's when I met Tommy. And
Tommy Valentino. Shout out to Tommy Valentino. He's the bridge. People don't
yeah,
understand, but he's the bridge to a lot
He definitely.
of us.
And I was also working with somebody. Dang, I can't remember his name right now. But I was working with somebody, and I remember I kept trying to balance because, to be honest, I'm thankful to Tommy because he never gave up on me because I was trying to do all like being the real trap settings because that's what I thought I need to be in.
Got
And
you.
Tommy's environment was a lot different. So I'm just like, I low key almost like just closed that door. But then when the other situation didn't work out, then Tommy embraced me like, hey, you can come through, help me manage this, and to be honest, gave me a key and gave me a key to the spot, helped let me roll it like in a week of me knowing him.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Shout out to Mr.
Yeah, shout
Valentino,
out to Tommy, he real one.
Tommy.
Yeah,
Okay. And that was the great studio I-7. Shout out
shout out to
I-7 and all the great
I-7.
people from I-7. I-7 was the spot. So once you got in the mix there, you're here, you're navigating now, things are starting to go. What's your moves at that point? How do we go from the kid, the army brat moving from city to city, state to state? Now you in after going to Full Sail, now you're in Atlanta, the great Atlanta, the ATL, the A.
Um,
As they go, huh?
it was
Yeah, like how do we get you got a list of names over here. So how do we get from that to this? What was the transition? How did that happen? What's the
um
process for people who want to know?
to really be honest, it was just like in a sense being patient and being patient and in a sense kind of wait. I wouldn't say waiting, but like doing in a sense the jobs nobody really wanted to do because like and I'm not gonna lie, this is where in a sense where me and you played a valuable role and gave me it because during the time when I did, I was going through a bad, really a bad breakup, and then in the midst of that, that had kind of ended up me, you know, pettiness, everything ended up me being homeless, but me just being there, like, hey, I probably ended up quitting, because it's like a list of events. You know when they say, hey, when a storm comes, a storm comes, like hey, boom, pop it off my car, and me, I was rolling in a PT Cruiser at the time.
I
Uh,
remember. I remember the PT
um,
Cruiser. I remember.
that that got taken away, or just it just repo. It's just like, all right, boom, that's it.
This happened to
No
all of
longer
us. Go
had
ahead.
that.
Go ahead.
So me, I was Ubering back and forth to work and everything, and like after you have a car, it's kind of hard to adjust right back to like trying to figure out. So I ended up having to leave my job because I couldn't maintain it no more. Making it
Yeah.
there. So boom, after that, hey, then on top of that, then I started to become homeless, and uh, going back home wasn't an option for me. And so, that's when just kind of like lingering at the studio, just kind of like waiting and being there. Like, shout out to Travis Cherry and, shout out to you because like I would just be there and waiting on opportunities. And from there, I think it began. Travis Cherry, he let me record the legendary Jazze Pha, and and the irony about that was I used to have, like, before I even got to Atlanta, Jazzy was I had wrote a list of everything. This just shows how powerful manifestation. I wrote a whole list of people who I wanted to record and work with before, and the irony is Jazzy Faye was like one of the first people on the list,
Dope.
and
Dope.
I got to, and like he doesn't, like I said, he doesn't realize it because me, I would have recorded him for free. Like, he doesn't know I would have recorded him for free, but like during the time when I was just being there, he would just come through and try to get, he alley oop me, and he would always, he didn't know how much I needed it. He just don't know how much I needed it. He would just pay me. He was just like, hey, here you go, everything, and and even shout out to Trav because even when I was like tried to like split everything and just like make sure he was good, he was good at make sure I wasn't, hey, he paid me this. I want to make sure he was getting. He's like, no, that's for you. He paid you. So and from there, that's when he got me. He threw me in the loop with recording Case, and that was that was also an experience too, because I
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
didn't think he was gonna be so fun at first. I'm just like, oh snap, he's really animated too. And you know,
Yeah, Case is a real one. He's a real person.
yeah, and even from you, I remember like when we really got cool, and I remember you allowed me to sleeping in your studio room when nobody was utilizing it. I remember I would just like sleep on that couch, and I remember one day I thought you was playing, just playing a joke on me or something. He was like, "Hey, I got this studio session. Um, yeah, man, just be there." And I remember being there, and that's when you just see all of a sudden John Connor come through and Kelly Price, and everybody's just like, "Yo, what is Kelly Price doing here?" And I'm just like, "Yo, don't tell me that."
Shout out to Mike Brinks. Shout out to Mike Brinks for
And
that
for
too.
real, I really appreciate that. So I'm just like, I remember after that session, I remember calling you. I'm just like, "Yo, that's funny. That must have been a test, because like I said, I really didn't know." I'm like, he's testing me. He want to see if I know what I know. He's just like, "Yo, what are you talking about?" I'm like, but right then and there, that session went really good. I mean, that was an amazing studio. I was like, yo, I can't believe I really recorded Kelly Price, and got through that. Um, Man, and like I said, I'm very appreciative. From there, that's when, after you hear Kelly Price and everybody, you start to hear bigger names. People are like, "Oh man, you must be really dope," or you have people like, "Yeah, man, he's the one who recorded this," and your name start buzzing a little. So after that, that's when like more opportunities, just really being there. Like I wasn't, I really didn't. I try not to. I try not to come in there with an ego, and I try to come in there like helping, just naturally helping people. And thankfully, there's people like yourself that just saw that and gave me an opportunity. And to be honest, like the opportunity, that's the only thing people. That's the most people can ask for, is just the opportunity. You just gotta make sure you're prepared. Um, but yeah, that's to be honest, that's where it really started. And from there, again, that's when I guess when y'all saw I could handle those situations, that's when I was like, oh, okay, hey, hey, here's Mase, here's Mase.
Oh yeah, that was the test right there. Yeah, studio session with Mace.
That was like,
Multiple sessions with Mace. That's a test. That's a test and a half right there. Shout out to
yeah,
Mace.
shout out, oh man,
Shout out to Mace, right?
yeah, shout out
Okay.
to Mase, because
Shout out to
they
Mace.
they they come from an era where it's a level of, I guess, perfection, or it's just like, hey, you should just know. They don't have to tell you.
Oh yeah, that's again when you're dealing with people who are professional, had the experience, have been around, and was doing it, light years before some people. They expect a certain level of professionalism, and they expect you to know what you're doing because they're used to working with professionals. A lot of times, that's one of my gripes of today. I just had a conversation with somebody about this the other day, and I'm like, it's so many people in the process when you with making records today that aren't. I wouldn't just say professional because some of us don't have degrees in it, or we're not necessarily certified,
Yeah,
but in the process, there should be professional people along the way. Like if you went to the hospital, you don't want somebody who learned how to operate on you, who learned how to do it on YouTube to do it, right? You know what I mean?
got
So
the phone up.
I do believe that, yeah, you know what I mean? I do believe that there's certain levels of I need some experienced people in the room. Yeah, the other day I went to the doctor. They had this young girl taking my blood. No disrespect to the young people. I'm old now. No disrespect to the young people, but I was like, yo, she tore my arm up trying to do it. You know what I mean? But normally, I've gotten, older, nurses or assistants, and they know exactly what to do. Boom, 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 and they knock it right out.
Yeah,
Just like you go to a mechanic. No disrespect to the young people. I'm not a hater of the young people, but I feel like the more experience you have, the better
yeah,
the experience I'm going to have dealing with you. You know what I'm saying? So I just think there should be more experienced people in the room when working on things, when working on records, when mixing records, mastering records, because that level there is a standard. Making music, being creative, you can do whatever you want, but there's gonna have to be a professional engineer in that room. There's gonna have to be somebody that doesn't let your vocals distort. There's gonna have to be somebody who knows the keys and octaves of songs and where you should be. There has to be some professionalism and some people with the experience. And I ain't going on a tangent. I am going on a
No,
tangent.
no,
But
no. I was about to piggyback off of
yeah, but I
it.
don't. Yeah, I just feel like there should be some experienced people in the room. We all need mentors. We all need people who've done it before us. That can give us that extra attention and extra understanding on how to navigate and do things. So, that's all it is. They just want somebody like Mase sold millions of records. He's worked with some of the best in the business. So he's a different guy, different kind of guy. We all know,
Yeah.
but his experiences, he knows what he wants. He knows how it should be. So, some people may say it's anal, some people it's just knowing what you want and understanding that this is the level. You can't put just imagine you get the opportunity to work with Dr. Dre. You know what level of the man been working on an album for 20
Yeah.
years, bro. It ain't came out. So you know the level of perfection he's looking for, or the level of skill that he's. That's why a lot of people don't get to work with some of these great people. You know what I mean? They don't just work with anybody. So that's that, man. I'm running off, but this about you.
Nah, nah,
So
nah. It's right there, man. Because one thing, just kind of really piggyback. You were saying like the importance, and I would say during the experience, even getting to work with them, I would say I had to learn what my role was, like how to be quiet, and hey, obviously Jazzy's a producer. He's here for the reason, so I don't need to. If I'm engineering, I need to be able to engineer, just engineer and that's why he's here. Like reading the room, who's here for what? Do I need to say something? And like you say, like it's, I'm very appreciative of that because, us like you said, being I'm still young, but being young, you just want to go into the room and be like, hey, do this, do that, do this. When hey, like obviously these guys are great. They sold millions of records. So hey, just sit back and learn something. And then if they ask, because like I said, it really depends what you're there for. But yeah.
got you. So on that note, I'm gonna
Hmm.
ask. Um, I know your timing of being introduced and coming into the industry was during a time of today with emailing and sending beats and sometimes not even having the opportunity to meet the artists that you're working with. So, but I know there's been times, and I know you work with artists that you have a personal relationship with, and you're in the studio with them creating. So I asked, what do you prefer? Do you prefer not being in the studio, emailing packs of beats, or being in there and creating, even if you bring in beats already made, but being in the studio with the artist to create the process and create the record. Which one do you prefer?
Um, Personally, I like being in the studio. I like being in the studio with the artist. Because it's more connection. It's basically more connect. It gives a opportunity for them to learn who I am, to see if I'm more patient. Because a lot of times we think I don't want to say we, but I see a lot of artists. They don't really respect the process. They don't respect anything about it. But it's no different from if you know somebody personally. Like what's really I'm not able to control anything. Like, hey, I can send a pack, but what's more, you're more liable to pick a beat from someone you know personally and you have a relationship with everything. And even if I don't have a relationship, it gives me an opportunity to, hey, connect, to build with them, to even see personally what they're going on along with. And then too, it allows me to see what they really want in real time, like really just in real time versus being home at my computer trying to go on YouTube and try to pick apart what I think the artist will want. So
Got you, got you. All right. So with that being said, also I want to know. I know a lot of people don't want to get into the secret sauce of what they do or how they do, but this is a different age. I tell everything and show everything. There's no secrets. Everything's reality TV. We expose it all. So I'm gonna ask you, what's your process like? Like, how do you come up with the stuff you come up with? What do you do?
oh man, Now, like growing now, like my real process is just like sometimes I might just go to the board and hey, whatever I make, how I'm feeling, and I'm really in the mood. That's how I naturally, that's how I really naturally just create stuff and everything. I say, hey, these are the artists I like right now. These are the people who I want right now. Everything. That's how traditionally I liked. That's how because that's how I thought that's how it was made. You know how production was made. But throughout my time of getting a little bit more experience, now I'm realizing like, hey, I have to do my research and due diligence. And it's like, hey, if I want to be great, like for example, you hear Pharrell, and I think we've had a conversation about this. Just like, man, like you would never thought the same person who made Happy made Grinding, and those are like two different and just really two different really just genres. So now I'm just like, okay, hey, if it's if it's a little baby beat, now I have to really break it down and decipher like, hey, what really makes uh you know what makes him his in a sense his genre. All right, hey, if it's a pop genre right then and there, what makes a good pop genre, what makes this, and now I have to really do my research to be like, okay, hey, now taking what I got, let me take those and really put my own twist on it, because like that, I mean, that's just what it is. Like, hey, you see billboards, you see everything, you kind of like see what it is, but it's really just trying to stay true to. I still try to put my feeling into it. Just like, okay, hey, these are chords. Like I use a lot of major chords, like happy chords, So, and I try to put that into like even trap, pop, anything, even if it's supposed to be minor or dark chords. So
Yeah, and that helps you create your own sound and your own distinction. With when they hear the beat, they know that you did it because they know your method. Just like you said, when you listen to all of those producers who do have who do have like a variation of things, but there's always a signature in there that you know that they did it. Um, you know what I mean? Very very few times, especially if it's like like somebody where it's a particular person, so to speak, like not a crew of producers or a team, what have you. You kind of hear that. You got with a few exceptions. You got somebody like Hit Boy, but I think a lot of his productions are collaborations with musicians and other stuff as well. So you can have different sounds, but most of the time, if he just did it, it's a Hit Boy beat. You can hear it. If Pharrell did it, you know. If Kanye did it, you know. You know what I mean? You can kind of tell. So that's dope. That's dope. I feel like every producer. I'm a producer before a tag was invented, right? So you had to have signature sound in your music for people to know that you did it. You know what I mean? Whereas now you just throw a tag on there. I don't care the beat. All the beats can sound the same. You throw a tag in it, that's who did it. You know what I mean? So then sometimes they didn't do the beat. Just because the tag is on it don't mean they did the beat either. Don't get that twisted either.
yeah, because you hear
Okay,
the
so
scratches and everything, like what you were saying, like with Premiere and everything. Like I didn't even realize it till later when you was just like, nah, that scratching technique is Premiere. That
that's Marley. That's Premier got that from Marley Marl though. And he would say that, I'm sure. That's if you listen to be complete. If you listen to what's the Marley Marl record? Nobody Beats the
mm,
Biz. That's by Biz Markie, produced by Marley Marl. If you listen to that record, that's the foundation of DJ Premier's production style. Chops, samples with chops, hard drums, and scratching for the choruses from multiple different records to make the chorus make it a chorus. Take phrases from different records and make it a chorus. That's his signature sound, right? But he did it in his way, In my come up, I jacked the Premier sound to, what I mean, kind of get my way in, and get noticed. But I did it in
he
my way.
jacked, he
You know what I'm
devoed
saying?
them.
I I jacked it. I ain't gonna hold you. I jacked anybody know. Me and Ali, Vegas, me and AZ, we went on a run. We was like, hey, we gonna do the new Gangstar. Yeah, I mean, but that's what we was doing at that time. So I know you're a musician, right? So, but you also sample.
Yes.
So I want to know what's I'm a sample guy. I like, played instrumentation. Don't get me wrong. But it's just something about those samples that just, I don't know. So, but that's my opinion. But for you, what do you prefer? Samples, interpolations, or, just original created music like from scratch?
Oh wow. Dang. Dang, that's a hard one. Oh man. Sheesh. I guess I would say me personally. It may have changed. I think throughout the time it's probably changed, but I think I really like making like my own. It's and the only reason why is because when sampling, you have to do, especially if it's a classic. If it's a, you just can't be lazy with it. You really have to really
Mm.
do. You can't just take it. All right, add a couple. No, you have to really make it your own because then I, this may be different for other people, but me, I feel like you're in a sense kind of being lazy, just in a sense being lazy with other people's art, and you really have to realize these are other people's art. So if I'm just going to take, hey, what Kanye did instead of just trying to hurry up and flip that and do something else, then I feel like I wouldn't be really doing it any justice because you do have like some really classics that if you was even like you have to come correct if you touch a Michael Jackson or a Prince or
Yeah.
any type of sample. And so, me personally, I feel I prefer um, making my own, really playing my own because it gives me opportunity to also study those samples and kind of pick apart like, all right, they use this kind of chords, they pick this, and hey, let me see if I can actually recreate this myself instead of just taking it apart. But I do respect and I do love chopping samples.
Okay, so let me think about this one. I know I think I don't even know if I know mine, but I'm gonna ask you yours. What's your dream collaboration? It could be an artist or a producer or both.
Whoa.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
And no Millie Vanilli. You can't make a record with Millie. Millie Vanilli is excluded.
Okay.
He said okay. I don't think you want to make music with Millie Vanilli, but good.
Sheesh. Dang, you hit me with. Ah, man. Pharrell has to be in there. Uh,
I see.
I
I
mean,
could
is
go
there a
with that.
limit to how many people? Like,
I'm saying your dream collaboration. Who would you love to have collaborated with, or in the future you want to collaborate with? It could be an artist. It could be a producer. It could be both. It could be an artist, producer, or both.
um,
It's up to you.
wow. All right. So, Future and Dream, of course, Pharrell. And along in the room with Timbaland. Um, also in the room with Dre, Dr. Dre. I know it's getting weird. It's getting weird now. Everything those are different. And also, dang, you know what?
Give me an artist. Put an artist in it.
I definitely always want. This is gonna be really weird. Missy and T Pain.
I like that. I could go with that. I like
Yeah,
that. I think those are two underrated artists. Um, today. I
yeah,
mean, yeah, I've always respected them both, writing and talent and ability, rapping, singing, everything. I always respected them.
yeah. I would stick. Like I would really stick to to that
That would be crazy.
right then and
That would be crazy.
there. Yeah,
Dr. Dre, Missy, Dr. Dre, Timbaland. That would. I mean, I'm T Pain and Dr. Dre. That would be crazy. Like I don't and Missy as well. I don't think that's ever been done. I know the Timbaland Missy's been done. Maybe even Pharrell Missy. I'm not sure, but I
yeah,
know that imagine Dr. Dre, that dude Sneed,
yeah,
Missy, and T Pain. That'd be crazy.
yeah. It's a lot.
I buy that. I buy that. I stream it and I buy it. How about that? I stream it and I buy
Yeah,
it.
'cause, oh man, like those are, and that's right on top. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of artists and everything. But when you sit there and think, like, man, I was watching on YouTube, T Pain just create something from scratch, and then there's Missy. Missy always gets, she's also a Virginia legend too. So I'm just like, oh man, but those to me, like Tim and Pharrell, like those, like I said, those and Dre, those are people's stamps like that I've studied for a while, and I at least still, like I said, for me they set the bar. Not only just for me, but for a lot of people. So I'm just like, man, if I could take that and learn and really learn, I feel like I could take a lot away with that and put in really add what I know from them and adapt to what I know and put into something. So yeah,
Got you,
yeah,
got you.
that's
So
a dream.
okay, okay. So um since you're of this new generation, new class of producers, the new school, I have to call y'all now. I'm officially old,
New
half a
school, new
century.
class.
Um selling beats online. I know my peers have a disdain for it. Sometimes there's certain aspects of it I don't like too. I'm not gonna hold you. But what's your take on selling beats online?
I like it. I mean, it is for I've embraced it. I've at first I was against it, but now it's just like okay, hey, like because like think about it, we now how we're in a platform where there are more dope artists. There are people we're unaware of. So now if they really need beats, then hey, why not give them a platform where they can access you. And then who knows? Like if you get that, then it gives you an opportunity to collab more with them and everything. I think just like at anything, there's pros and cons with it. I think from selling beats online, it takes away their ability to be able to really connect with you or really be a part of the situation and everything. But like I said, hey, there's music. If they, there we have so much technology to connect. So yeah, I'm for it now. I'm all for it.
Okay, okay, okay. I got you, my brother. So right now, let's bring people up to speed with what you got going on right now. Today, we want to tap into your brain, figure out what you got going on, what you're getting ready to do, and how we can tap in and support if we need to. What he has going on, right?
Yeah, of course.
So let me know. Let me know.
Right now, me and Alexis Renee, we plan on dropping. We haven't got a official release date, but pretty soon this year we're going to be dropping a EP. I think I got about 4 out of 5 songs, or I think 5 out of 6 songs on there, all produced by me. It'll be called "Moving Silence." Um, I know this year, me and Big A Prado, we have been talking. We build a connection right then and there, so plan on releasing the EP. And me personally, I plan on putting out just a collabor, a compilation album of just people who, hey, like I still believe in growth for myself. I want to prove to people and show people that hey, there's some talent out here, and hey, I can produce. So, just a compilation of various artists. Still we're still getting the artists, but I know Alexis Renee will be included on there, Big A, um, and et cetera more. Some people I still have to confirm, but also, just putting more production up on my BeatStars, and for those who do wanna, if y'all are interested in beats or need production from me right then and there, please don't hesitate. There at thatdudesneed.com. Have a whole beat store up there, and feel free if there's something exclusive or anything precise you would want. Hey, like hey, feel free to message, and we can we talk business.
Got you. And also, where can they tap in with you on social media? Where on Instagram, TikTok, where?
um yeah, I'm on all all platforms, TikTok, Facebook, you know Twitter. Everything is That Dude Sneed, all one word. It used to be underscore underscore, but yeah, I made it simple. So everything is That Dude Sneed. and you should reach me.
Okay, I want to thank my brother, That Dude Sneed, for coming on, being a guest on the show. Any way we can support, help, anything you got going on, I'm here, brother. So on that note, though, we gonna sign off. Make
Yes,
sure
sir.
there's one
Yep.
thing they gotta do. It's very important. You have to check the credits so you can know who's doing what. Don't forget. You feel me? Shout out to my
Yes,
boys,
sir. Yep.
That Dude Sneed, Chop Diesel. We signing off, and we out, y'all. Peace.
Woo! Woo!